for stopping by today. Today, going to do something a little bit different, and we're going to make some tassels. Why, you ask? Just something a little bit different for journals on the sides. So in a lot of my other journals, I've put these little beady embellishment-y kind of things down the other side. That one's got Journal 2024 written on it. I've got a few other ones. This one was an actual embellishment. It's got hello written on it on the side of it, but it works really nice with that album. And I've got this one as well, which is this was about a cruise, so it's got lots of sea and stuff, things on it, like starfish and what else have I got on there? There's lots of shells and things like that, an anchor. I think there's even a fishing hook somewhere as well on this particular one. There's lots of different things on there. So this time I thought I would mix it up. Whoa, I just lost one. I thought I would mix it up a little bit and create some tassels to put on the spine of my latest journal. So this is my latest journal. This is my current one that I'm working on at the moment, my 2025. So I put a little hole in there. It's not a neat hole. I do need to sort that out. But that's my aim. So I've picked colours. I've got some different wool or yarn here, and I've picked colours that are in the front of my journal to go down the sides, down in through here. So that's today's video. Just something a little bit different. So I've watched a couple of other makers and how they make tassels and things. I've just thought a bit of fun, something a bit different for my journals. So that's today's video. So I thought I'd show you how to make one. And yeah, go for it. So this is one I've previously made, but I haven't attached it to my clip. So most of these other ones have all got a clip on the top, like so. It's just easier when you are working in the journal to be able to take this off rather than being attached all the time. I could just attach it all the time. Wool's nowhere near as bulky as these sorts of things. So I could just attach it, but I do have plenty of these clips. So I thought I would attach with one of those. You could use a split ring or something like that if you wanted to. So just so that you can take it off if you have to. So, all right, let's get started. Okay, so I've made a yellow one. I can move that one out of the way. Let's work on a blue one. This is nothing fancy, this wool. It's cheap wool from my local craft store. Yeah, I just thought I'd, if I can find the end. There we go, found it. So all you need to do to make a tassel, dodgy bit on the side, is create a piece about this length. And all you need to do is put across your hand like so. And then it doesn't have to be perfect as long as it sort of sits across. So then I'm going to wrap it around my hand. So that's how long my tassel is the width of your hand. So you can make it really tight if you want. You can make it less tight, however you'd like to do it. Some people wrap it around like a piece of thick cardboard or a DVD case or a CD case to create longer tassels, but we've only got a certain amount of room to work with, so I thought this method was probably pretty good. So this piece just sits along on the underneath side, so this is the piece that's going to go through the middle of your tassel. So from there we're just going to wrap it. Now I just sort of did mine gently. I didn't wrap really hard. I think some people might be a bit tighter when they wrap, but I'm not that tight a wrapper. And what I did with my other one is wrapped it around roughly about 25 times. So that's about 10, isn't it? 11, 12, 13. Roughly about that. So once you get to roughly what you want to be, now I didn't tie these off because I'm going to tie them onto here. So as long as you have your general look, so once you take it off, it's going to look like that. So then you pick it up from the other side. You could tie that off if you wanted to, but I'm going to wait and do mine at the end. And then you just need to cut all these ends. So you just put your scissors through till you've cut through. Everything's sorted. So it looks a bit like a jellyfish. Then I'm just going to cut another piece. And this piece is going to create a little bit at the top. So it just depends on where you want to put it. I'm just going to put mine about there. And then with this piece, you can pull it a bit tight if you want to, so you can get a bit of an idea where you're going to have it. That's going to be. And then you're going to pull tight. That's it. And I went round a couple of times, tied it off, which is much, much easier. And back around. I just did that a couple of times. It's probably safer. Tied it off. And pull that down a little bit. Oops. Got strings everywhere. So yeah, it just depends on where you want your piece here to be. That's it. That looks pretty cool. So I'm just going to loop that one more time. Ta-da! And then I'm just going to trim them off because you're not really going to see those. Right, so that's another one done. So there's two for it. See how the ends are all really quite higgledy-piggledy? I'm just going to trim those to roughly the same length. It doesn't matter if they're not perfect. That's pretty good. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. So there's another one made. They don't take very long. They're quite very easy. So there's a blue one and a yellow one. Look at that one. That one's turned out way... I was obviously much looser on this one than I was on this one. But that's okay. It doesn't matter. All right, get rid of all of that. All right, so we've done the blue, we've done the yellow. Let's do some green. All right, so we're going to cut our piece. I'm going to go across my hand. And then I'm going to unravel a bit of this. That's what takes the longest, doesn't it? Trying to wrap. So same again, across my hand. And then start on the bottom. Beautiful, that's about 25 times. Nice. Oh, a long piece. Oh, that's the start. Oh, cannot get that piece to go down, can I? There's that bit. All right. Goes to show the different consistencies in wool. This is a lot thicker wool than this particular one. So it looks way bigger, way fatter. So they're both 25 times I've wrapped around my hand, but you can probably only do that one about 20 times. You wouldn't need to do it quite as thick if you don't want them, if you want them all to be the same. But yeah, this is definitely a lot shinier, thinner kind of wool. There we go. Done. Okay, cut another piece to roughly where we want it. Put a knot in it. I'm going to wrap around again. That's it. Perfect. I'm going to go a bit tighter and then double knot it. Cut off the long pieces like so. There we go, there's 3 done. Okay, green done. The other green. So this one I might do a little bit less, since this is the thicker wool. It's more like the navy wool. It's a bit hardier, a bit thicker, less shiny. So we'll do something similar. Okay, so we need this piece. Go across my hand. Start here. And then wrap. Let's wrap. 1, 2. All right, there's around 20 times. I'll see if that makes a difference. Okay, pull this bit to the top. Looks good. Beautiful. All right, trim the end part. So once again, we've got that piece. Ooh. That's it. They do look like little jellyfish, don't they? Cute tassels. That's it. Pull that piece, wrap it around again, back to the front. Cut off the excess, and voila, there's a green one done. They're pretty cute, aren't they? Beautiful. All right, I'm just going to trim the edges of this one. I don't think I did that on the green one. I did not. I got excited and moved on to the next one already. Oh. There you go. Beautiful. So there's 4 done, which are pretty cool. Oh, I could have got that bit straighter, but I could probably wiggle that down to make that work. That's okay. All right, and some pink for the lucky last. All right, let's see where we're at. Okay, let's cut out pink piece, like so. Roll that across our hand. Start down here somewhere. Excuse me. 1. Oh. On that side. Okay, that's a roughly about 25 times. This is skinnier wool. I've got a couple that are fatter than others, but that's okay. To get the right colours, you've got to mix and match sometimes. They don't always have what you really, really want. If only they were all the same. Okay, got that ready. let's trim the back, or the bottom, like so. All right, there's our tassel. And we just got to do our string around it. Beautiful. That's it. Work out where we want the middle to be. Put a knot, I wrap it around, again, wrap, bring it back around to this side, oops, oh, wrong piece, that piece has got to go down there, beautiful, that bit at the top, okay. Now I just double knot this bit. 1, 2. Oh, I can probably cut that a bit shorter. Beautiful. Get that out of the way. Okay. We just trim the ends. This one. Right, that's roughly the same. Beautiful. That looks pretty cute. Okay, so there's my 5 tassels. They're not perfect, but they will work for this little project. Beautiful. All right, so now we're going to attach them onto here. So my thought is at different lengths. So some I'll tie up quite close, some will tie not so close. Let's see where this one goes first. Put the blue one on. That's not going to work, is it? I'm going to have to tie it the other way. Okay, that's one on. Cute. That's one on there. You could also tie it tight on that other side, I think, too. Let's just see how that's going to... Actually, I'm just going to steal this journal for a minute. And let's just see how they sit. Beautiful. See? How cute's that? All right, so let's do the pink one next. This one might hang slightly. Hang it slightly lower. Make this one come right out. So you can make your ends however they sit. I don't know if I'm going to get them too far down. Or I might tie this one up quite tight so it sits up quite high. Let's try that. Looking good. Oh. So if I want this piece a bit longer, do I make it longer or do I not make it longer? Do I make that piece longer? See, I cut that piece a lot longer. But you could always cut another piece to sit even longer of this to make it sit even further down. But I quite like how this is coming together. We're just going to tie that one and that's it. So he sits a lot lower. reckon that looks pretty cool. And this one will do a bit shorter. You could also tie it at the top if you really wanted them to be really sitting well. Maybe in the middle somewhere. Tie a little knot. Cut the bits off. What do you think? Look okay? I'm going to tuck that bit behind. Make it also... whoop, we broke one. Let's put a new piece in there. I'm going to cut a new piece of yellow. Alright, now this will be fun, because we've got to get it through. I think I can do this. Yes, no problem at all. Now that I've cut that piece too short. Bit of a slidey knot, that one. That's better. Made them all longish. But that looks pretty cute. So if you really wanted to, you know, you could tie them up here so that they all sat a bit tighter, but I'm quite happy with them all jingling around on there. What do you think? Cute? I like. Something different for the side of your journal. I think it will go quite well now that I've put it on that one. I'm going to just take that off and pop it on the right one. Look at the colours, they match great. So that's going to go on this one. Get it in there. Oh, I have to do some fiddling with this one, I think. Yeah, there we go. It's on. But yeah, quite cute. I like. But yes, you could definitely play with this a little bit more. Make some longer, make some shorter, which I may do yet. We'll see how we go. But at the moment, quite happy with how they're all looking. So quite cute. What do you reckon? All right. Well, that's the end of today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Something a little bit different, showing you how to make something a little bit different. There's nothing like mixing it up. So, after all, we're crafters of all kinds, aren't we? Okay, thanks for joining me today in this video. See you next time. Bye.